We say we can't broadcast what we don't have. Even deeper than that, we can't broadcast through the, I was going to say through the crap, but we can't broadcast. We can't broadcast through the crap. The crap that has been just put upon us over and over again.
Piled upon us. All this, everybody else's fears are put upon us. That's what it is. That's what we're carrying. Everybody else's ideas, thoughts, beliefs are put upon us. Everybody's thoughts and ideas are put upon us. And we're supposed to come out as ourselves? That's not going to happen. Like, there's no me in this at all. It's you, and you.
And many times the people that love us the most will speak of their own fears when they're giving suggestions. And what they're really sharing is, well, that would be scary to me. It comes out as, you ought to do this. And what we take from that is, oh, they don't like that I'm doing this other thing. But no, what they've just done is they stated their own fear of how scary it would be for them. We take that, we can slap it on top of who we are. It gets in the way, and little by little, the light that should be shining naturally just gets muddled and hued and eventually blocks it.
It's a constant struggle. I was listening to Wayne Dyer, and he was saying, I am independent of people's good intentions and good thoughts.
You were saying also that there's a big responsibility with being empowered. And a part of that responsibility, too, is regardless of what other people say, it could be a compliment, it could be an insult. Even if it's a compliment or it's an insult, regardless, it is still independent of who you are.
And if it's something positive, I say go with it. If it's on a negative notion, always consider the source. Like, where are they coming from? They could be hurting, and that's just how they decide to deal with it, is by lashing out.
With what you've shared in regards to your image is much more than just slapping on a suit that looks good. It is aligned with who you are and should be. It's much more. It's much more than just image.
It's much more than just image. And I love what I do, and I know that a lot of people within the same industry are saying you can't be doing that. You can't be telling people that it doesn't cost a lot of money because you're cutting our bottom line. I'm like, the meek shall inherit the earth. It's got nothing to do with that.
True. I agree. The meek shall inherit the earth. It's absolutely true.
I was watching The Twilight Zone. I was actually tweeting about this. I have a Twitter account. And this weekend, I was watching old Twilight Zones from, 1960s. And the closing statements one of the gentlemen made was that the mighty is the meek. That's what he said. And I was like, you know what? I like that. Now be careful how you perceive people and how you perceive yourself.
That's right. And you know what? A big part of shedding, there's a lot of different ways to shed. How you were talking about shedding the old image and going through the old stuff. One of the things I did when I went through the big financial transformation that I write about in my book is I ended up realizing that even though I had hit a rock bottom financially, spiritually, personally, at that time I thought I really have nothing to give. I had ended up having to bargain free rent. One of the things that I did was I went through every single closet I had and said, not only do I have something to give, I have plenty to give. What ended up being something that just sat on a hanger that was unproductive ended up changing and helping other people.
When I do closet audits with clients, there's the biggest closet removal that I've had is we had to get a U-Haul truck. It was obscene how much things we got rid of.
Wow.
She sat there on her porch while the U-Haul truck, I was loading the truck, and I go, what's wrong? And she's like, this is not right, that this consumption has happened, and it's not even productive, as you said, in my life. I said to her, well, we're going to give it to people who will make it productive. We're going to donate it, which we did, and it's a load off, because once that was all gone, she was able to feel lighter in her life.
What I did with my clothing, too, is I purposely sought out people who were either in need or they were going through a transformation themselves. I worked with some women. I volunteered to help some women get back on their feet. And many of those women were able to use those clothes, were incredibly grateful, and it changed lives. So as we're going through this, and like Nickolette has shared about this 80-20 rule, you will find you have an abundance of things that not only that you can let go of, but you can also make a tremendous difference in someone else's life. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'm the spokesperson, and I also volunteer for a charity organization called Dress for Success. There's 93 affiliates across the world, but for all the listeners out there, if you're ready to purge, please look for your local Dress for Success in whatever city you are. Drop off those clothes. There are so many women that are on the cusp of making fundamental changes in their life, and a little pick-me-up when it comes to their image is what they need. You pay it forward so many times with every item you donate.
That's fantastic. I didn't know about that organization, so thank you for sharing that. Now, I understand, Nickolette, that you also have a book out. The book is called The Power of Image. Could you speak to the listeners about what the book is about and how it can further help them with their own personal image?
The Power of Image basically talks about, with all the things in this world of image, style, and visual success, there's so many rules, either hard rules, soft rules, seasonal rules, things like that. And basically, it's so much for a lot of people to understand. Going to a department store, shopping, is very daunting for people. A lot of women do not like shopping. I know a lot of people think, what do you mean, women love shopping? No. They get discouraged. They get angry. They get frustrated walking into a mall, into a department store. That's why online shopping has taken over tremendously. The Power of Image audiobook deconstructs all of it and puts it into 6 simple steps. And if you follow these 6 simple steps, life is so much easier. It actually gives you outlined 6 steps of how you can create the best and the most empowering self, the most empowering you ever.
How can they find out more about this book, and how can they purchase the book as well? Where do they need to go?
The audiobook is available on my website. That's NickoletteReid.com, NickoletteReid.com. It's available on my website, the audiobook, The Power of Image, that's what it's called, and it's for $14.99. That's where you get all the information about what we're talking about today and so much more. It's easy listening. You can listen to it in your car. It's really great. I promise you, it will change what you think about and how you think about yourself when it comes to image empowerment.
So for the listeners out there, it's only $14.99. It's not $1,499. So it's very, very affordable. And so if you do go to Nickolette's website, make sure that you purchase the audio program. It's an audio book, and it'll give you much, much more than what we have talked about today. So, Nickolette, I want to just say thank you so much for your time, but most importantly, I want to thank you for pursuing your passion and sharing with other people what you do, because it truly is a gift. You're helping so many people, but by far you're helping them much more than just creating a new image. You're getting to what's getting in the way of that fabulous image that they can have. So I just have a tremendous amount of admiration for what you're doing, and thank you so much.
I had a great time. I had an amazing time. It was really fun, and can't wait for us to do this again very soon.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. So make sure that you go to Nickolette's website, and until then, may you live in lavish liberation.
If you would like more information about these monthly interviews and would like to become a subscriber, email us directly at support@lavishcheapskate.com for updates.